Is your goal weight loss or fat loss? Have you been dieting and working out for the last couple of weeks and now you're starting to see your motivation dip? If so, here are some of the things that can help get you back on track. When it comes to fat loss, the process is actually quite straightforward. It's calorie deficit and consistency. But knowing that doesn't make it any easier to stick to on the days you're craving your favorite foods or you're not feeling motivated. So the first question you need to ask yourself is my ladder up against the right wall? Which means, is what you're doing now with your nutrition and your training something that you can stick to for the long term? Or are you doing an extreme short-term plan that is completely unsustainable for you in the long run? So before you focus on that calorie deficit and the consistency, you have to ask yourself, is this something I can stick to in the long term? A good rule of thumb is if you can't do it for more than 6 weeks, you're probably not going to be able to do it for 6 months. And if your goal is long-term sustainable fat loss or weight loss, you're going to have to give it that runway of time based on your starting point, of course. So get your ladder up against the right wall, which means that you have a nutritional plan that's including foods that you enjoy, whatever those foods are. It's in alignment with your goals. Weight loss, so you're in a calorie control plan to help you hit that target. There's no point following an extremely restrictive diet if you can't stick to it because of your lifestyle and schedule, especially if you're busy, which most of us are in 2022. So now you have to ask yourself a question. When it comes to my nutrition and my training, is my ladder up against the right wall? Am I following a plan that includes foods that I enjoy, that's in alignment with my goals, and that fits into my lifestyle and schedule? And then on the training side, is it something that you enjoy? There's a lot to be said for finding a workout plan that doesn't feel like you're working out. So if you hate the gym, try running. If you don't like running, try swimming. If you don't like swimming, try five-a-side football or basketball. Don't like that, try hiking or power walking. There's loads of fitness exercise programs and methodologies that you can adopt that would potentially help you with your weight loss goal or fat loss goal. You're just looking to burn more calories, and if you can find a plan that doesn't feel like an exercise program, that's going to go a long way towards helping with that. 2, ask why 3 times. This is the tool that I normally adopt with clients who are struggling to know why they want to lose weight. There's a big difference between a person who wants to lose weight because they have weight to lose and somebody who wants to lose weight so they can feel healthier and run around with their kids or their nieces or nephews. But you don't have to have an extreme target like that. You might want to just feel more confident in your body so that you can walk into a room and feel like your best self. But you have to get to the root of why you're doing it, because fat loss is hard. Anyone who says it isn't either has the fastest metabolism of all time or has never done it themselves. It's hard to stick to a plan, especially in the beginning going from 0 to 1. When you're just getting started because it's all new. So arming yourself with that anchor of why you're doing it can help you stay on track even when you're starting to feel demotivated. An example from my book, The Keen Edge, Mastering the Mindset for Real Lasting Fat Loss, was with one of my former clients. I asked her why she wanted to lose weight. She said she wanted to feel more confident. I asked her why she wanted to feel more confident. She said she thinks that if she felt more confident, she'd feel sexier when she walked into a room. I said, why do you want to feel sexier when you walk into a room? She said, I have my sister's wedding coming up. I said, great. Why do you want to feel more confident and more sexy walking into a room at your sister's wedding? She goes, well, the guy I fancy is going to be there. Gotcha. That was her why. She was really attracted to this person who was going to be at the wedding, and she had her anchor as to why she was in the gym with me trying to lose weight. So get to the root of your why. That was a story back when I was doing one-to-one PT, and I still do it with online clients now who are struggling to know why they're in my program or why they're in my plan. Keep asking why until you get to the root of why you want to lose body fat. Number 3, keep your comparisons realistic. Now, comparison is a little bit of a catch-22 when it comes to a fat loss goal and a fat loss target. Comparison against yourself is normally really useful. Comparison against others generally isn't. The analogy I use is don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. So somebody who's been on their weight loss journey longer than you is probably going to have better results because you're just starting off. So keep your comparisons realistic. But you can ask the question, am I improving? Am I losing weight? Am I reducing body fat? And then one of 2 things happens. If you are, and your ladder is up against the right wall, you keep going with what you're doing. The process matters greatly. And if it's not, you have failure as feedback that what you're doing now currently isn't working, so you need to make adjustments. Move more so you can burn more calories, adjust your nutrition, your portion sizes, etc. But you have feedback that what you're doing needs to be adjusted because you're not hitting your fat loss target week after week or month after month based on how long you've given yourself to hit your goal. And on top of that, be realistic about what it will take to get there. There's a big difference between walking around at a healthy and sustainable weight than being in photo shoot shape, for example. One is going to require a lot more discipline, a lot more structure with your eating plan, and a very detailed training program that allows you hit that photo shoot target. So the temptation is when you see photos online of somebody who looks great, ask yourself, do I really want to put in the work, the effort, and the energy to get there? Because sometimes you might not want to. If you want an extreme goal, you generally have to be willing to pay the extreme cost. But thankfully, to look your best, you don't need to do that. You just need to be consistent with your plan. But don't set those unrealistic expectations on the front end because then you're going to constantly be comparing yourself to others, which isn't helpful on any fat loss journey. So beware. And 4, which builds on that point, don't compare yourself to others. This one sounds so obvious, but we all do it in some capacity, especially when you have a very tangible goal in mind, in this case, fat loss, weight loss, or body composition change. If that's taking the forefront of your mind and that's what you're looking to get and that's what you're looking to achieve, you're going to start to see those comparisons everywhere. People who look great, others who have lost weight, others who look the way you want to look. And that's all great if you're taking motivation and inspiration from it. But if you're not, you need to nip it in the bud. And what that might look like is unfollowing people on social media or muting them. Not spending time scrolling through newsfeed or media content that's making you feel insecure. You have to take ownership of that yourself, because if you're going into what I call comparison mode, that's not going to help you with your weight loss or fat loss journey. And the reality is, most of us are all messed up in the head anyways. Some days we'll take inspiration from a photo, and another day that same photo will make us feel insecure. It's crazy, but we all do it. So just be mindful that it happens and make sure that you've built systems in your life so that doesn't happen to you repeatedly in the negative sense. Your mindset plays a massive role in your fat loss journey. I would go as far to say it's 80 to 90%. Because if you have your mindset right, it makes nutrition easier to follow. It also makes an exercise program easier to sustain. And you generally feel less anxious, less worried, and less stressed on the journey. And all of that adds up to long-term fat loss success. So keep that in mind. When you get your mindset right, your body will follow. So there you have it. If you're finding a little bit of a dip in motivation off the back of the last couple of weeks, hopefully this video helps. And as always, if this helped and you liked what you saw, be sure to hit that like and follow for videos coming each and every week.